All right. Oh, just 1 second. Here in palworld. Now, last time, for those of you who joined me previously, we went out and finally found Dire Howl, who we've been looking for since episode 1 or 2. Looks like it is currently the middle of the night, so we're gonna get to sleep. Alright, now for today's adventure, I think we need to upgrade our armor. And then we've got a few other things to work on, including trying to get some good exploration in. Now, I don't need to bring up work speed, so instead, I think I'll bring up our HP. We'll raise that in a little while. It's kind of important. We're gonna need that. And we can finally make Mega Spheres, which will save us a lot of trouble. Sphere Workbench we can unlock. We don't really need the Chillet Saddle or any of this other earlier stuff. Oh, I guess we do need to know how to make nails. The Jolthog gloves are kind of cool, but they're not the most useful tool. Alright, let's see. The Sphere Workbench nails. Nails, I believe we can make right here, so let's... I don't think we need quite that much, do we? You know what, yeah, let's just do it that way. And while that's making, let's try something a little crazy. We're going to explore over off this way. So I'm going to teleport right about here and see what we can do. Because if we're lucky, maybe we can make it to find one of the villages and visit a pal trader. Get our hands on a nice strong fighting pal, or maybe a faster flying pal that we can access early on, like, I said wyvern, but I know that's not it. Vanwyrm, that's it. Or like a Ragnahawk. Hungry. Of course we did. There. That bread should tide us over for a bit. Now let's enjoy a little exploration. See if we can find anything crazy interesting. A vanwyrm. Perfect. Ooh, it's 2 of them, though. How strong's the other one? Okay, they're both in the 13 ballpark. That's fine. He is probably the fastest flying pal you can get early game. So the fact that we just stumbled on one while exploring is extremely handy. I'm so happy about that. Vanwyrm is flighty and speedy and extra interesting, to be honest with you. Nightwing is the first flying pal you can get, but he's not fast. He's in fact quite the opposite. Nightwings are like agonizingly slow. They're kind of just, oh, I can get airborne. arena so we can start producing milk. Right. Our team is hungry. Let's do something. Tanking is really food, I guess. I am also running kind of low, but that's alright. Because when we catch Mozzarina, it should give us milk, which is a food. We also need it for breeding pals later on. How fun. How much did you? Bye. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm not just running around with our speedy boy here, the simple version of that is he doesn't climb. So I'll have to hop off his back basically anytime I'm expecting to have to climb anything. But we still have a speedy boy. We're still in an area that's about level appropriate for us too, which is really nice. But at the risk of biting off more than we can chew. Okay, so we're near Bushi. But Bushi is not somebody we're going to be able to take on too well right now. Especially having seen what Catris did to us, because they are about the same level. I see a serpent down there, but... I'm not a fan of serpent. It's a decent swimming pal, but... Also, Robe or Yormantide are much better for that job. Ooh, okay, we're over by the Brancherie Aqua. If I remember, the entrance to that one should be over here-ish. Like, over here-ish on the map. Over closer to, like, Oz Road. Wait. So these are kind of cool, because we can get all sorts of useful things from them, like handgun ammo. Which right now we have no use for, but it's still nice to be able to track it down. Let's see here. I don't like that sound. It tells me get me ticked off those serpents by existing. It's not very nice, and I don't like it. Come on, you got like all the hops ever. Whatever, fine. I'll just do it myself. Jerk. There we go, good boy. Okay. We're trying to keep my eye out for the mouth of that cave. But we're heading the very wrong direction for that. So we need to go back over this way and then to the left, to that way. Oh wait, never mind. I see a decent way to get up there. Yeah, yeah. Use your mighty hops, Dire Howl. Yeet yourself into the sky. Oh, they just used the word yeet. I'm so disappointed in myself for that one. Right, we're gonna put Dire Howl back. I'm so used to other games where in some of them, when you jump in and out of the water, you swim faster, but this one just has a straight swim option of ours. I'm always gonna forget it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be on episode like 15 or 20 and still be forgetting it. Oh, it says I'm hungry. That's fine. Okay, now let's just head some this way. What level do we need to be to... So next level we can make the Nightwing saddle. And the vanwyrm saddle is... at level 21. So we are going to be stuck with Nightwing for a bit. But there's worse things to be stuck with. Slow is better than not at all. We do. Okay. So we're gonna go this way a bit. Ooh, wait. There we go. All right. Ooh, okay. So, let's go over this. Health can equip up to 3 active skills. Oh, okay. I never read these tutorial tips. I just never really bothered. It's another dungeon. We're not going dungeon diving today, but it's nice to be able to mark them and know where they are. Because one of these days we're gonna need like cave mushrooms or something, and that's the best thing you can do to get those is caves. Ooh, okay, I think that's what. See, this right here feels like it should be a boss fight area, and it's not, and that's weird. Oh. This feels like we should have an area boss here. But I don't know who they'd really put. Maybe... Let's see here. As far as where I'm trying to go, I accomplished one of my biggest goals of getting a vanwyrm. But I still want to look for a village. So, because there is one around here, hold on, here-ish on the map. I barely ever remember that one exists. So instead, we're going to be a little crazy and go somewhere we are nowhere near high enough level to go. By trying to make our way to the volcano island. And maybe I will shove a little extra crazy and try to see Jetragon for you guys, because he's honestly really pretty. Jetragon is the absolute fastest flying pal in the game. But it's also a legendary pal because it is it's a god. It's supposed to be, I think, the Palpagos Island god of speed, something like that. There's the island. Alright. So this time, we're going pretty far in a straight line. So we're going to Dire Howl at full speed. until its stamina gets too low, and then we're gonna regular me at full speed and try that. And if we run out again, we'll probably switch to like Grintail at full speed. I don't know how fast. Grintail's not really that fast either, but it'll keep me from drowning for a bit, which is kind of the important part. There are some downsides to all of this, such as I appear to be just going straight into the side of a cliff rather than landing on a beach like I thought I would because of the map. Maybe this isn't the volcano island yet. Nope, go to the volcano. Yeah, Grintail's really, really slow, but I believe it should find me. Oh, wait, actually, I always forget about the cat press move, which is another move that's not intended to be for movement and help you get around faster, but I mean, as you can see, it's strangely very effective until Grintail runs out of energy. Alright, so we're now here at the foot of the volcano. Another good reason for coming here is it's a good source of a lot of different things that we need, like ore, sulfur, and coal, I believe, are all really easy to find here. Downside is that I'm gonna be getting hit with heat real hard, real quick. But if I'm smart, and if I'm lucky, I might be able to find a temperature heat shirt. If not, I can try to go to the desert island, where Necromus and Palladius are, and look for the village there. That one we will definitely have to be on Dire Howl's back pretty much the whole time, though. Largely because, it is right around the same level as this place, levels 30 to 40. Speaking of Dire Howl. So, I believe it's this way to the village. Ooh, a scorching egg. That'll give us a fire-type pal. That's another good reason if you're playing with the settings so that you don't lose everything every time you die. Or playing on like some kind of hardcore survival thing where if you die you have to start all the way over. I know some people are really into survival games and do stuff like that. To me, that's just crazy. That being said, once I get to the point where I'm not continuing as much or I'm slowing down, I might be willing and or able to start from the beginning again on that kind of a playthrough, but I'm not sure how willing I'd be, really. Whee! Okay. Where is it? It's a little tricky, because I don't have the map totally committed to memory. I have where a handful of things are down pretty well, but still kind of need the map to find a lot of stuff. But the fact I haven't... Once I unlock a flying pal at some point, maybe in a recording, maybe not, I'll probably just spend a bit of time flying directly around the map. Kind of unlock more of the map so I can find things a bit easier. Ooh, look, another scorching egg. You gotta be careful with those gust things, because if we jump again, we are getting launched into the sky, and landing's kind of a pain. Now, one of the other reasons why we've been building a good team of fighting pals, oh look, sulfur, is for things like this, so that we can drop out a pal, and then kind of run until we're at a safe enough distance to pick that pal back up, and carry them with us again, and let them recover while we get back here, while we handle everything else. Okay. So we are going to have to go around this little area here, which isn't the most fun thing in the world, but we can manage it alright. So the easiest way for this is probably just going to be to cross here, over to the land, and then go down that way a little bit, until we're around this little obnoxious wall thing. The Palpagos Islands are kind of built strange because it's a very interesting combination of nature and things that are obviously man-made. Example, why is there a massive steel wall around this island? That's crazy. And something that isn't going to occur in nature, not even the magical nature of the Palpagos Islands, but... Hold on. Okay, we're going to refill your stamina before we try this. Alright, let's go. I do have a fondness for some of the more humanoid pals. I might try and avoid keeping them in my team until we really need the utility of having better pals for just fighting that don't serve really any other purpose. Right now, most of our team, if not our whole team, is rideable. I'm not sure if you can ride Panking. I think they added that in one of the new updates. Alright, so I definitely found overheating, but the water protects us from it. So if I stay close enough to the beach, we should be okay for right now. I just gotta be close enough to get off of land and back into the water, more or less as I see fit. I shouldn't run. I can swim faster. And now I'm overheating again. So I get back in the water. I wonder if having an ice pal out will help keep me cool the way having a fire pal out helps keep me from getting too cold. I should try that with Panking in a minute here. I don't think that's how it works, but it should be. If it's not how it works, it's a little dumb. Now that it's nighttime, maybe I won't have as many heat issues. They say the desert's cold at night. I don't know if the foot of a volcano is cold at night, but that's not the volcano. Ah, I can't see it very well from here. That's okay. Oh, maybe I'm alright. Sweet. Oh, Blaze Hell not. I'm really not in the mood to fight a level 30-something, so we're just gonna go far from you as we can and run. Battle music is not a good time. Maybe not. Oh, and that Blaze Howl is chasing us, which is not a good sign. I'm not sure what's over there. That might be the Terraria thing. I know things that are that way. If I head that way, I think Faybreak's over there. Faybreak is another island we might try to do this on, even though it's really, really dumb to do that. That's a Rayhound. Which means I think I found the city. Oh, yeah, I did. Sweet. Alright, awesome. This guy might have what we need. He does not. You are less fun than I wanted you to be. Here we go.
Hey.
He's got items, including heat-resistant pelt armor and a ring of fire resist, both of which are useful for us. How much gold do we actually have? 12,000. And we're gonna get a little more just by selling him some of the stuff we're less likely to use. I'm not gonna sell him the dog points, actually. Those are kind of handy. We don't need a schematic, we're just gonna buy the item itself. We don't need cement yet. I think that's not quite good. Ooh, I gotta reselect everything, that sucks. Alright. We don't need electric organ for anything yet. A lot of this stuff we don't really have much use for quite yet. I don't need most of these bullets. Really any of them. Oh, I almost forgot those. Alright, now that should be okay. Alright, buy. Good. Okay, so we're gonna buy this armor. And this ring. And we're gonna equip both of those things immediately. Oh, we have a fire resist shirt. But we're now much more resistant to fire. Alright, you have vanwyrms for 26,000. That's kind of spendy, but not as bad as I was expecting. What else do we have we can sell? We can sell a couple of things here. Let's come over to this gentleman again. I like him better than the other one at the moment. We'll sell you this. Mozzarella meat. Sells for a pretty good price. We have that too. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to my base and see what we've got we can sell from there. Oh. Before I do all that, why don't I spend my points here to up my carry weight. Then we'll go to the technology tree, and first things first, we're going to unlock the Nightwing saddle, the wheat plantation, the Pal expedition station is going to be nice, beginner fishing set. Well, honestly, we're just going to unlock pretty much this whole row. Except for this flaming crossbow, because of the fact we didn't unlock flaming arrows earlier. But I can also just do that now. Okay, so flaming arrows. Honestly, I'll just buy a flaming crossbow at some point, probably. What's this? Must defeat. Okay, so we have to fight the Rain Syndicate boss to get that. I'm not crazy worried about that yet. So let's head back to base. And that'll be the end of this episode, probably. Here we are. And, oh, good. We have this. I'm going to build a sphere workstation. I'm not going to worry about building the mill today. That'll probably be next video. Same for the Pal expedition station. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you go down, push all the buttons for me. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you next time.